At summits like these, we always talk about leadership. Yeah, and it's called this Leadership Summit. We talk about, things like how do you plan, how do you beat the odds, how do you never give up. But there is a very important facet of leadership that sometimes doesn't get talked about enough, and that is partnership, right? We have with us today two people who symbolize what it takes to join minds and missions together better than most other people. And so please welcome Asian Games gold medalists, until recently the #1 badminton pair in the world, until recently and in the future. Their eyes are fixed firmly on Paris 2024. We have Satwiksairaj, Rankireddy, and Chirag, Shetty. And let us try to pick their brain about some important lessons in partnership. Yeah. Their journey is so fascinating. And as we talk about it, a lot of these things are going to come out on their own. So Chirag is 3 years older than Satvik. When they started out, they were both youngsters on the badminton tour, not playing with each other. What do you remember of seeing each other for the first time?
Well, firstly, thank you for inviting me here. I think it's a great pleasure to be here. And I think to answer your question, I think the first time we actually met each other was in the Asian Badminton Championships. He was playing in the under-15 and I was playing in the under-17, and it was our first international tournament, although not together, but with our respective partners. And I think Satvik came across as a very shy person. We used to mingle only with the Telugu people, the people from his state, and he didn't really talk much. And initially we didn't really speak a lot, although I spoke to his then partner, Krishna, but I didn't really mingle with him a lot. But when I shifted my base to the National Center, that's when we started getting to know each other a lot better.
How far you have come now together. At that time, did you ever imagine that one day I'm going to play with him?
Never. He was my opponent in the junior stage. I never thought he will be my partner. Even I can't remember. I was like, he's my enemy. 5-6 years back, he's my enemy. Like, I want to beat him all the time because he beat me like many times when I was junior. So I want to take revenge on him all the time. But I never thought he will be my partner. He will be like most important person in my life. I never thought about it. So yeah.
There was the coach Tan Kim Hur, who basically told the two of you that you should play with each other, and you didn't want to, right? Why did you not want to play with Satvik?
Not personally, but it was supposed to be a lot more professional. I think both of us are tall, lanky players, and we always wanted to play at the backcourt. I used to play at the backcourt. Both of us actually used to play at the backcourt, and it was quite difficult for me to actually adjust in the partnership, both of us actually, because nobody wanted to play at the front court. And in a doubles pairing, someone has to be more of a front court player and someone has to be a backcourt player, and someone has to create the openings so that the other person at the backcourt can actually hit a good and a hard smash. So the first few months, we just weren't able to I think find out who will play at the front court. And I think the first 3 international tournaments that we participated in, we lost in the very first round. And I still remember having a conversation with our then coach, Mr. Tan Kim Hur. He took us out of the academy, and he told us that, 2 of you are my most favorite players in the at the center. And if you feel that you don't want to play with each other, then I will partner you with different partners. But I personally feel that you definitely have a good future, and I think you should give this partnership a little more time. And I think from then on, I don't know what changed, but we went on to, I think psychologically it changed. We weren't forced to be partners, but we played as if we wanted to partner each other. Earlier, it felt like we were forced to be partners.
Right.
And I think from then on, from losing in the first round in the first 3 tournaments, we went on to win 4 international titles. And I think we probably started at 300 or 400 in the rankings and ended the year in 2017 at 65. And now, until recently, we were number one. So I think it's been a really good journey.
But Satvik, you never left the back court. Basically, you told him go and take the front court. How did you manage to do that?
Yeah, I was pretty comfortable playing at the back court, and I used to play mixed doubles also at that time. So I couldn't really able to adjust to play the front court. Even till now, I am not a fan of playing front court. I
I'm
always
glad
love
he
playing-
doesn't enjoy playing front court because he has the hardest match in the world. So I'm
Correct.
glad to be the front court.
So yeah, I always love playing at the back court. So it makes much more easy for me.
So, people who watch doubles badminton, one of the most exciting moments when the two of them are playing is when Satvik is rising to hit a smash because he holds the Guinness Book of World Records for the fastest smash ever recorded in the world at 565 kilometers an hour. He also has the fastest smash ever recorded in match play, which is over 500 kilometers an hour. And when the shuttlecock is going up and he's rising, what do you say?
I say mar, which pretty much sums up to hit.
Yeah. So basically, when you hear the sound mar, you know that Satvik is going to go for one of his crazy
I'll
smashes.
save every shuttle. I was like, थोड़ा chance दे दो, थोड़ा दूर कुछ और खेलने के लिए. Like whenever shuttle comes up, like from wherever position he says like mar. I was like, position में नहीं हूँ, फिर भी like mar.
Okay, so we know how you guys come together on court, but you have such different personalities off the court, right? You were this shy boy. You don't seem shy at all when you're on court, I must tell you. And you were, like this Bombay boy, more outgoing. You from a town in Andhra Pradesh. How did you guys work on building your partnership off the court, and how important was that?
Well, it was quite difficult initially. I think, like I said before, both of us came from very different backgrounds. Like you said, I think both of us have had a very different upbringing. We come from very different cultures. So initially, it was very difficult. So our coach back then, he told us that like being in a doubles partnership is like being in a marriage. You need to make adjustments, and I think that's what we did. He used to tell us that you should have at least one meal of the day together so that you have a conversation and are there as a pair together. So I think it's to be really good players on court, you need to really have a good off court camaraderie, friendship as well. And I think both me and Satvik are really good friends off court. That's one of the major reasons why we play the way we do on court. So I think initially it was quite difficult, but I think as we started to know each other better, as we started to open up ourselves to each other, I think we became really good friends.
So I know you like different kinds of food. You both like different kinds of entertainment. Who picks? How do you decide? How do you not end up getting irritated with each other?
So we sacrifice one day for one person. So first day he comes with me to eat Indian food. The other day I go with him to eat Japanese food.
But he still not had sushi with me. So I think
And after your medal recently, I think you went straight to the sushi counter and he went to the Indian food counter. There was a story I read about.
yeah. So he prefers to have a lot more of Indian, and I try to experiment with my food. So like I am still waiting for the day he actually tries the sushi with me.
And you're a big Telugu film fan.
He watches everything. Yeah.
So you watch everything subtitled with him.
But I have actually, like initially, I think a couple of years back, I didn't really watch a lot of Telugu movies. But I think since I've partnered with Satvik, I've started watching a lot more of Telugu stuff, and I actually enjoy it. And not just watching it just because of Satvik. So yeah.
So we'll talk a little bit about your training schedule. You guys work out, I believe, 5-6 hours every day. What are the aspects that you work on? What are the things that you're doing? Is it drills? Is it technical stuff? Is it strategy? For a doubles pair, what is the most important thing to work on?
As I think, like more like if we are to talk about our sessions, like usually in the mornings, it's more to do with our partnership, like a lot more drills, which are more to do with our partnership, where we are um, doing a lot more of stuff which involves a lot of rotation and stuff, like defense, but with together as a part, like on court. So I think evenings are a lot more tactical, but just one-on-one stuff. But in the mornings, we do a lot more stuff which involves the both of us. So yeah, I think as a doubles pairing, it's not just about how good you are individually, but I think it doesn't, like, if you are really good, if you are a really good smasher and if you are a really good net court player, it doesn't matter. It doesn't add up to you becoming the best in the world, but it's a lot more to do with not just physical abilities but emotional abilities as well. You need to be really good. You need to coordinate with your partner also. So yeah, so I think it's very important when you are in a doubles partnership. So
Yeah, there's no point both of you running after the shuttlecock together.
exactly.
See, I enjoyed how you just nonchalantly threw in the best in the world. You are the best in the world. Has the feeling sunk in that we are the best, or right up there with the best in the world?
I don't feel much about it, so I just think about next tournament, what is the target and all, because in doubles, on the given day, anyone can beat anyone. The level is very much high. Once you are down, then someone will take up the position. So we don't think, me and Chirag personally doesn't care about the ranking. We care about the tournaments. We wanted to win big tournaments, as many as possible. We wanted to finish that podium. We always wanted to be on the podium all the time. So we never really thought of being world number one. But luckily in the Asian Games where we won, then it came as a double bonanza for us. Really happy with that. But still we have a lot more bigger targets ahead.
Okay, I want to take about 5 minutes to talk about some very fundamental questions about your career, your partnership, how you all came together. First and foremost, Chirag, why doubles?
Why not doubles? I think a lot of people would have asked all the doubles players why doubles, because I think we've always been a country with a lot of singles players, whether it be Prakash sir, Gopi sir, Saina, Sindhu, Srikanth, Kashyap, Pranoy. Like, I think it's always been double singles. We've not really had a lot of people, like there was Jwala and Ashwini at one point, and but we've not really had a lot of people who actually picked up doubles and went on to excel at the highest level, like being in the top 5 or top 10 in the world. So I think when we started off together, I think it was quite difficult, but I think the reason why we chose doubles was not because we wanted to earn money, or we like, if we want, that was our aim, then I think doubles players never really got paid that well back in the day. And I think the reason why we chose was, I think it was the passion that we had for doubles. We always had that inclination. We always wanted to, we enjoyed playing doubles. That was the first and foremost thing that drew us there. And I think that's the main thing which actually propelled us to play doubles and choose doubles.
Satwik, was the same for you? You always wanted to be a doubles player?
Yeah.
I personally find it much more exciting to watch.
Yeah, like I always wanted to be a doubles player personally. Like when I took it very professionally, then I thought I wanted to be doubles player, because I always used to hear that India doesn't have any doubles player. When team events are going on, India always used to lose because there isn't doubles player. Then I thought, like, there should be one doubles player who can win in team event especially. So that's what my motto was when I started. I want to change that thing. So when team events are happening especially, so that thing has changed when me and Chirag came, and I saw we had both common goals when we started. Then it took some time to adjust, but yeah, I always love playing doubles. I feel it's more entertainment. As in singles, I feel it's kind of boring.
Very
it's not
controversial.
boring. but it's like more of physical and this thing. But doubles, you should have some good heart and mind also to play.
Okay. Okay. So you are two young doubles players. You have been told by the coach you must play together. You have been reluctant, then you have come together, you started playing, you've reached a point where you don't feel forced anymore and you start playing. And then you go through this period where you start racing up the rankings. During that period, what is improving in your game? What is it that is fundamentally changing and making you better week after week?
I think the first thing that is like both of us comes very naturally to us is that we are not really satisfied. I think we've never been satisfied people, like when like even of the first quarterfinal that we played in a Super Series event was the first by an Indian doubles pair, and like a lot of people would be just happy being the first Indian pair to play a quarterfinals, but we never really were satisfied with that, and we wanted to be the best in the world. And I think that is the first and foremost thing that is that comes very naturally to both of us. And I think that is one reason why we kept racing up the rankings. And I still feel that like Satvik said before, we've just started off, and there are many more tournaments and bigger things to be achieved in the future.
So, by 2017, you were already in the top 30. And then you were there and thereabouts, right? So you were doing really well, but you were not going further up. And then 2019, Thailand, I think, changed everything, right?
Yeah.
As a sportsman, lots of people have told me this. There is a moment that you feel that, yes, now everything is clicking and I can start backing myself. Was that the period of time when you as a pair thought, and what was that thing that made you feel that, okay, now we can back ourselves?
I think everything has changed from the 2018 Commonwealth Games, where we won gold in the team event. From there, we got a lot of confidence and we won the silver medal there. And we thought from there, like, now it's our time, we can play at bigger stage. And when we won Thailand Open, that tournament was a miracle tournament. We were supposed to give a walkover in the quarterfinal because I had a shoulder injury. I was telling to Chirag, भाई cover कर ले, थोड़ा सा pain है. Then he was telling like, मेरे को भी pain है, तू cover कर ले. And then I was like, अभी कौन खेलेगा match? And in quarterfinal, before going to the match, this was a discussion about, like, I was telling him in front of the match, he was telling like, I also have pain. Then I said like, we'll play just 50, then we'll see. Then that's how it happened. That was a memorable tournament in Thailand. Then from there, we started getting mature how to play tournament. We got experience playing with the bigger opponents, how to handle those situations. We always played good with the tougher opponents, but we never won. We always very close to them, but we never won. But few things we changed. We kept on playing, and the team events have changed for us. Even the Thomas Cup 2021. From then,
that
everything
was the key victory that.
Yeah, from then everything has changed for us. I mean, all the good luck has came. So yeah.
Okay. Tell me something. When you are on court and you obviously have expectations of your partner. You expect them to be at a certain place at a certain time, and sometimes it must happen that they're not where you expected them to be. What is the strategy there? Are you encouraging, or are you hard on each other?
I think if we are hard on each other, I think that would be the last time we'll play together. I think in a partnership, you need to be backing each other up as much as possible, because I think if you are hard on your partner at that point, at some point in the match or in the future, you will also make the same mistakes. And as a player on the receiving end, you wouldn't want your partner to be like, what the hell, what are you playing? This is not the way you should play. So I think you need to be as encouraging as possible at those moments. And I think both me and Satvik, I think, encourage each other as much as possible. And it doesn't matter if you make one mistake, even if it's at 20 all, there's still a chance of getting that point at 21-20 and making it 21 also. It's not over until it's over. And so, yeah, I think in that aspect, we actually try to be there for each other as much as possible.
So You get irritated, but you don't show it.
I don't get irritation. I always think in a positive way. Like, he also wants to win the match. He doesn't came to lose. So it happened in that point. But so as Chirag said, we always encourage each other. So if someone is having a off day, he will cover for some time. Then the other person will catch up. That's the best part about me and Chirag. So nobody does take a like off day like full time. So at some point, someone both will play at some point. So till that point, someone should play and the other guy will catch up. So that's the best part. So we always encourage each other.
The reason I'm pressing on this is because this is a lesson in partnership that, like the kinds that we were talking about at the beginning. Okay, so 2019, you start winning. You have this miraculous tournament, and soon after that, COVID arrives. Right? You're in Bombay. You're in your town, Namlapuram. How tough was that? You can't work with each other. So you're playing, training, etc. And for a doubles team, the most important thing is working on playing with each other. How did you handle that period? And how did you come out on the other side better than before?
Well, I think, it was the COVID time was tough for everybody. I think so many people were dying, and to see that in the newspapers, I think it was quite difficult. And also for athletes, like, we are used to traveling a lot, and suddenly we don't really know when we'll be able to travel and when we'll be able to play tournaments. So I think it was quite a difficult period, but I think the moment we went back to the courts, I think I started playing in the month of June 2020, and I think those couple of months I was just happy being on court because not a lot of people could do that. So I think the first couple of months was quite difficult because we didn't know when we'll be able to play tournaments, because the reason why you're training is to play well in tournaments, but there's no place to actually show your capability. So I think it was quite difficult, but I think luckily I got to train with our coach Matthias in the months because he was in Bombay at that time, and I trained with him for a good 2-3 months at that time, and eventually he became our coach just before the Olympics. So I think it was a good thing that I could train with him.
What were you doing back home?
I was enjoying watching Telugu films. That's the time I got that's the time I got like a little bit free, and I got a time to spend with my parents. I think that's the best part. I feel like I became like mentally very happy, and I was having home food all the day. And it's been like very long time I have been in home and spent like almost 6 to 8 months. Then I got to know my parents' thinking as well. So it was very good time for me personally. And we are having online classes with Gopi sir and all. So we are having training in the morning at home only. So we are doing Surya Namaskar and yoga step all the day, and evening I was playing with my friends outside, someday cricket, someday badminton. So it was kind of fun. And in between, we had a call. Like he was telling me to come to Mumbai, and I told my parents, and they are like really worried. Like situation was not really good. We don't know what will happen there. So yeah, it was tough times. But personally, I felt like I got a time to spend with my parents. So that's the happy part.
And all that time you were scouting Matthias as your next coach. You, of course, knew Matthias for a long time, right? He had never coached before. You've played with each other, against each other?
Yeah, we played against each other. Like, we have a head-to-head of 5-1. In the last meeting before, like, I think he retired, like a year before he retired, we managed to beat him.
And I didn't thought like he will be our coach. Again, he is our enemy on that. So whoever we thought enemy, they are becoming my most important persons in my life.
So why did you pick each other, you and Matthias? You guys and him.
So I knew him right from 2014. I think he used to come to Mumbai to train with us, as in, I think he was then the world number one. And to train with him, I was still a junior. So to train with him, it was, I think, a big learning experience for me. And he was always very supportive, and a lot of people will just come, do their work and leave. They wouldn't really advise you on stuff, but he was quite different. He used to make sure that he used to tell the drills, he used to explain how will it help you in your game, and I think that was a quality which I figured would be really beneficial for us. And I think right after the COVID lockdown, he said that he actually would want to coach us, and since we didn't have a coach at that point, and I actually felt that there couldn't be anybody better than Matthias to help us. Although he didn't have a coaching experience, but I felt he definitely is really, really good for us. And I think, we got him on board, and I think, as they say, rest is history. We've had some really good wins under him since he's joined us.
So tell us a little bit about the Asian Championships, the Asian Games gold. How does it feel to be, right on top, fighting through and then coming out on top?
Again, Asian Championship which held in Dubai. That was again the before week. I was injured. I wasn't playing anything. I thought I will just go there and participate. Then again, miracle happened on court. Like, we played really well. We won an Asian Games. We had a good team event. We won a silver medal. We lost very closely to China. Then again, the next day, Chirag got sick. He got fever. I was like, okay, हो गया अभी तो मुश्किल है अभी match. मतलब he's like he was like literally sick. He can't even sleep. He can't even walk. So luckily that day we didn't had a match. So he had a 24 hours to recover. The next day we are playing a good match with Indonesians. It's not an easy match. So I thought, like, I was just praying, like, at least if he can come to the court and stand, I should be able to manage. I have to play my 200%. At least I wanted to push. I wanted to try. So luckily, then again, that day he played better than me. I think I played really bad that day. He covered.
But usually you play better than him.
And no, he plays better than me in the pressure situations. He covers me all the time. So yeah, I think it's a miracle. Then semi-finals, we both played, and finals, we had under control. The before day, we couldn't sleep at all, me and Chirag. So till 5 o'clock, we were just roaming in the room here and there. Then again, because of excitement and what will happen, we couldn't really sleep. Then we had 4 hours of nap or something. Then we went to the match. Then initially we didn't start really good because of pressure. Then we told ourselves everything is under control, no need to panic, just play our game. Then 1-2 points here and there, we got confident, then everything changed.
In some ways, Asian Games, Asian Championships are even tougher than the Olympics, because quota places, you have the best, there are no quota places, you have the best players in the world in any case who are participating. So now, after this, what are your thoughts about Paris? The expectations have been raised, boys.
Obviously expectations have always been there, but I think it's you need to look at it in a very positive manner. It's good that there are expectations, because a couple of years back nobody expected anything from doubles, and to now having expectations, I think it's a very good thing. So we look at it in a very positive manner, and we'll go out there and give it our best shot and hopefully come back with a medal.
Is there a special training program, preparation going with Paris in mind? Or are you both doing what you always do?
I think we have a magician behind us, Gopisa and Matthias. So they know what to do. So we already planned the coming weeks and where to practice and what we should practice. And also, I think for the time being, we need to be mentally be in a space like chill, not to take so much pressure. And I think our opponents is our body. Most of the time we get injuries at the wrong time. I feel we need to be 100% fit that time, and let's see what will happen.
Okay. All the best to both of you. I know you have set very, very high standards for yourselves, and you will do your ultimate best. And with this new weight of expectations as the brightest stars in our badminton galaxy. So all the best. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.